Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. There wasn't an episode last week. I was quite busy last weekend and just ran out of time to get one out. I was at my brother's jazz band concert, one of his final ones at university. That was fun. And well worth going to, but it meant I didn't have a time to record an episode, and earlier on in the week my voice was still a bit, just a little bit ropey from the subathon still. So, with that being said, I am back and ready to go. We are going to jump in here. So we've got part 2 of the trial to do. December 29th, 11:54 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. And, again, the voices are likely to be wildly inconsistent. Who knows if I'll remember what I did for people? That was 2 weeks ago now. Sweetie, you have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. When I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means? It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous. That's a fabulously possible possibility. So, I think what's happening here, someone was trying to kill Max, ended up killing the ringmaster, and then framing Max instead. That's my guess. Haha, well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Is it magician or president? You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. December 29th, 12:06 PM, District Court, Courtroom number 2. Alright, bring us your worst, Francisca. Right, I keep yawning. Oh. I am recording this after raid. And I will quickly edit this and set it uploading before I go to bed so that it's ready for you guys to watch. Tomorrow, for me. Well, technically today for me, because it is past midnight, but don't tell anyone. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. In West Clownadelphia, born and raised. Oh no. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist? Dr. Seymour Butts. How was that one? But a couple of clowns who are up to no good. Oh my god. This one is just off the rails already. Your name? Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Moe the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 the day of the murder, correct? Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into... Without the humour, please. Okay. Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. I do feel a bit bad for him, but you gotta be sensible in court. No one's sensible in this court, really, but you've got to pretend you're being sensible. I know, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with a joke just for today. This atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? That's, not the testimony we were expecting. Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait! Poor Gumshoe. Oh no, it is going to be him, isn't it? Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. What you witnessed. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very... Oh. I think the judge's voice makes me want to yawn a bit more than usual. That's very interesting. Because it's quite breathy and, like, up in the sort of back of my throat. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There is no way that this account can be criticised. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter? Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defence's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright. Your Honour? Oh, interesting. I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honour. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Okay, so this is where we could start losing the approval gauge, whatever it's called, I don't know. The thing in the top right. For pressing too much, in which case we'll go through all of them first and then I'll save before doing anything. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. That doesn't feel like one to press on. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. That could be one to press on. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. That could be one to press on. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. So the first one we could press on, because we could ask if he went anywhere else. I don't know why I'm scrolling backwards through them, but to specifically save on this screen. So that's fine. So we will press on this one. You'd say the practice wraps up around 10 PM, correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 PM? Now 8 o'clock. That's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. Let's not. Let's not make it 8 PM, alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of clowning around. Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. They're the exact reasons I would have thought of as well. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You are so boring. Okay. So we can press on all of them, possibly. We just... You were pooped that night. Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that? As they say, it happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip I don't want to ruin it with a reply. I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny it just earned you a penalty. Okay, so we can get it just for pressing. In that case, we will reload. I don't think we need to press on that, but this one, we can press on. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and I cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the 2 shadows that you saw. We didn't get whipped. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his clothes. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away? That's right. I have been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night, so she's coached you. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Uncle Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza. Enough foolishness, get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw? I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Okay. So we press on this one. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Heh heh heh. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? Objection! I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because, if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. That's a huge fucking penalty. Gulp. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Let's look at the court record. I think we have to say yes. I am going to say it again. We'll try yes first. We can reload. Of course I have grounds to make this claim. Then let's hear it. That's something I can't share with you at this time.
What did you just say, Mr. Wright?
I know there's something wrong with this testimony, but I can't put why I feel this way into words for the judge. Maybe we should get a bit more information. Once we find something more solid, we can give it another shot. Yeah, you're right.
Mr. Wright, before we resume testimony...
Oh no, okay. No, you know that means I must be reloaded. Uh-oh. Okay, so that just says, no, I don't have enough. Oh shit. Game over. It just kicks you out to the menu. Okay. Of course I don't. Well, see, right now I don't have a clear basis to be thinking that. And this is just another one of your pointless efforts to badger my witness. Thus, you have just earned yourself a penalty. From me.
Now wait a second, Miss Von Karma.
Okay.
This time I do not feel the need to treat Mr. Wright so harshly.
That's right, what he said. Bailed out by the judge, what an honour indeed.
If we must penalise Mr. Wright for his display, I think a verbal censure would be best.
Huh?
You know the rules, Mr. Wright. There is no room for baseless sounding in this courtroom.
So it's baseless sounding either way. I guess he didn't really bail me out after all. You know, most testimony and what he told us yesterday are kind of different. Yeah, I noticed. We've just got to pinpoint what's changed. You can do it, Nick. Let's press on this one then. Let's save there though. You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed.
Mr. Curls.
Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Let's keep pressing. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday. Aha. Once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You forgot?
That's what we needed to do, okay. Your Honour, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow, ow, ow. That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Moe were to revise his testimony.
Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony.
This should start turning the tables in our favour. Nice. I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me look outside. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say.
Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humour is unnecessary. Oh,
How do you know that I was going to make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit.
someone getting hit, huh?
But then, you went to look out the window and you saw... That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away there. It was the ringmaster. He was with Max, who was wearing his clothes. I kept watching him, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. So now we might press on this one again. You say you saw the ringmaster get clunked over the head. Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random answer. But, what would you say the victim was struck with? We've got... Didn't see a weapon.
Objection!
Now we get the objection. I think this might be where we can... Of course I do. I've got a great reason to make my claim. I suppose you'll be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is... the witness's very own testimony. There we go, we just needed to get that last press in.
What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright?
Moe said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit.
He did say that.
However, Moe just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Moe is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1972, a crack clown unit.
Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car.
Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court?
No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well,
Ah, you're back from your jog.
well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again.
So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster?
Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out.
Checked out?
Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say.
Mr. Curls,
Your Honour?
you did not witness the actual crime, however you still say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well, then please testify to this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it?
Got it. The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe him in that.
All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination.
I reckon it might be to do with the third symbol not being visible, but... It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only belong to...
Max.
I don't feel the need to press on that. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. This is the one I want to press on first. You're sure that You're sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Moe, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye. Our records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly.
The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes.
Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object, at least it says so in the autopsy report. With Trilo's testimony and now Moe's, it really seems like Max is the killer. But Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Moe saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Now we present. And I think we present this poster with the white roses. Hell yeah. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so, the silk hat and the cloak, right? No. Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yay! Everyone get ready! All together now! Silk hat, cloak, white roses! What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Moe? You like pi? I love pi. 3.141592653589799323. That's as much as I have memorized, at least. Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions.
Order, order!
Moe, you didn't see the roses, did you? Leading question, Your Honor. To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It was obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white, there's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene.
Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He's just toying with his court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get up and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece get up? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction.
Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses, think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case.
Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature.
I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that the witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. But what? If If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance.
Hell yeah, we've got a bit longer. Silhouette Part 2.
There's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk cap. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance.
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curls' statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I've only got a single shot at this. As this. That's a typo. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honour. One chance is all I will need. The Silhouette Part 2. There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. Let's save. Because I don't think I get to press the witness much, if at all. However, all of the other symbols were there, I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat, there is no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. Feather and white ribbon. That has a feather and a white ribbon. In the same spots. Okay. So the hat that we have is genuine. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Oh, I don't know what to do on this one. Oh, this is tricky. I'm going to press on the decorations. We have saved. Moe, be honest. How? You promised, Miss Phoenix Wright, no more badgering. I hope you enjoy this penalty. Okay. Yeah, we can't. Blah 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 blah. Get kicked back to the main menu. I think the cloak might be attached to the, or like the roses might be attached to the cloak. So I think this one we might have to present the poster again. Let's try that one. No. Maybe on this one. No. Let's try pressing on this one. Okay, if it says Moe be honest, we're screwed. Oh, did not mean to turn the music up. We'll try pressing on all of them. I'm gonna be honest, yep. Okay, we can't press on any of them. We have to present something here. There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. So... picture of the crime scene. Okay, this was found. The hat was found at the crime scene, I think, is what it wants us to present. Yeah. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see.
Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright?
Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means... the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No, that's not true.
Order, order, order!
Mr. Curls. Yes, Your Honour. What is the meaning of all this? Oh, excuse me, sorry, I need to just the judge has had a lot of voice lines today.
You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court.
Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh.
What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things.
Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me doesn't... Oh, Jesus Christ. I think this guy needs therapy.
Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. And telling the truth. He turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene. What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo. What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Objection!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honour.
Objection!
This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Ms. Von Karma's protest is useless. Grr.
You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy?
Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby, and stop acting like one, buddy. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened? Hey, what?
I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene?
I do. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow.
Footprints?
In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Aye, 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 aye. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honour, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in.
Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are going to get worse before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Curls,
Yes?
the testimony you've provided up until now has been false.
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just...
It's just what?
It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the crime scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Order, order, I will have order. Franziska Von Karma, how could you?
Your Honour, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls.
You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. The truth. Now it's time for our next segment, Moe Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the room master was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk cap. That's when I saw... he. Yeah, I figured it was going to be flew away. This is the truth now, get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story?
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
He's telling the truth. Because I have an idea at what happened. What he just said was so strange I don't think he would have made it up.
Which means that he's telling the truth.
That's what I think. Nick, wait. That means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Ow. Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous, magic does not exist.
I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
The imbecile.
If you disregard a need for proof, Ms. Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reasons behind this mystery of mysteries.
Sure.
I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned.
You survived. December 29th, 2:33 PM, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 5. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please, it's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. Oh, that's Phoenix, not Max. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. that's the to be continued. That's where we'll finish off for today. These to be continueds, when I've not been taking like 5 billion years to figure out the answer, have been pretty decent like episode lengths and good places to take breaks. So we've got another investigation to do next time. So I think it's going to be Acro is the murderer, having wanted to try and kill Max, but the ringmaster, I don't know how Moe would have seen him take off with the hat on if the ringmaster was wearing Max's hat and cloak. So I don't know. Although maybe he could have put the hat on after he thumped the ringmaster who had the hat on, and then it fell off when he was flying away or something. I don't know. But I think it was probably the acrobat, or it was Ben with the help of the acrobat. Because the acrobat's room is on the 3rd floor, but round the corner from Moe's. So there's a way to fly, quote unquote, if you go up into his room. That's what I think happened. We'll find out, obviously, in the next few episodes. But that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys don't already, I would love if you would go over to my VODs channel, which is Rose Artemis VODs. If you search that on YouTube, I hope it should come up. It should also be linked on my main channel. There are plenty of playthroughs from my Twitch being uploaded there now, because Twitch is no longer storing highlights past 100 hours. So nothing's going to get deleted now from all the stuff that I've wanted to save, which is nice. I've managed to get it under the limit in time for the deadline, and I will be continuing to upload stream VODs there instead of saving them as highlights, just so that I can keep them a bit more permanently. So if you're interested in that, please do go check out Rose Artemis VODs on YouTube. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.